Cherry. It's Margie with Basmati. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us. Today we are speaking with Cherry Devine of cherrydevine.com. She's going to share with us a little bit about the work she does. Included in that is conscious channeling and what that is, and about her own spiritual journey. So, Cherry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I love the term conscious channel, and a lot of times people will say as compared to an unconscious channel. We all laugh about that. And what a conscious channel is I stay present as compared to a trance channel. And a trance channel, when another energy or entity comes into the vessel, they step out of it. And for me, I don't do that. Instead, I'm present. I understand that there's another energy or entity here, and I have unlimited energies and entities. The only thing is they're at the highest consciousness of love. And so they're there to support all of us on our journey here in life. And so I'm doing a lot of ums. Isn't that interesting? I think it's going to be better to start with my story a little bit, because that'll give people an idea. And this is the little kicker in it, is prior to doing the work I do today, I was a lead internal investigator for a large retail chain. And I always tell people that because it gives them an idea of just how anchored in I was into a world in which you did not believe or trust anything. You videotaped it, you recorded it, you watched it, double-checked it, all of that, and still doubted. So that was the reality I came from. Yet I went to a Reiki class to assist my stepdad who had Parkinson's disease. And in that class, I shifted. I had what some people call a spontaneous awakening. I call it my activation point. And during that class, I connected to my ancient energy and started this process, and it automatically started bringing in communications. And it was kind of a really amazing experience, and threw me, well, I can't say it threw me completely out of my comfort zone, because it didn't. It was just completely different than anything I would have done being the person I was before. Yeah. And after that shift, I knew that everything had purpose. No matter what occurred, how it occurred, everything had purpose. Instantaneously, I had awareness that I did not realize before. I became aware of my empathic nature, my intuitive nature, my ability to connect with beings out of this reality. One of it's like mediumship. But it changed my world in an instant, and in a very spectacular way. Yeah. And that's where my journey began. I spent the first year kind of disengaged from the physical reality. I only ate because I knew I had to take care of the body. I drank a lot of water. Everything just changed. And
changed completely. So, yes.
Yes. Yeah. I automatically go into channeling, so there's a part of me right now saying, okay, let's be present in this physical world. And the other part that just goes, let's just talk to him from this other atmospheric range. Yeah. And so, because that's my reality now. That's who I am. And for me, then it allows me to work with people worldwide. And for me, when I do work with them, it's with the intention of assisting them to come to understand they are an unlimited being, that they're creating in each and every moment their reality. And so I use all of my abilities to bring them to a point of creating lives that they absolutely love.
So when working with someone, well, let me ask you this first. How do you stay grounded?
Because it's a challenge, let me tell you.
being outside and with your pets, I know definitely helps.
Yes, it does. Stones, friendships, you know.
Yes. So when you are working with someone, what does that look like? How does it work when they come to you, or and I know that you do remote work, but typically, like, how long is a session? And I know people come for you with different needs or wants, but maybe give us a general idea of what that looks like.
Generally, the sessions are a half hour to an hour, and it always is in balance with whoever it is that connects with me. Energetically, we always connect, and I feel within myself energy blocks, aches, pains, that sort of thing in my body, and assist them to find it in their own body. It can be working with day-to-day experiences. Channeled information always comes in during a session. Yet it's like, Marky, I could be talking to you in one moment in this and talking to you about what has affected you earlier in your own life. And then I'd calmly step right over here and be back in a general conversation, because being an ancient energy, that is who I am, and that's how it moves for me. And so it would be finding the traumas that have that's been experienced that stops them from being able to move past old patterns and programs. We deal with relationships. We deal with health, career, finances. It's business. It's all of it. And like I said, for each person, it's different. Yeah. And so one person, it may be a very grounded section. The next person, it could be, one that brings in many higher messages. It may be working with somebody on their spiritual path, as opposed to where is the best place for them to create their own business and the timing of it.
Oh, got it, yeah.
Yes, and so it's the influence of the person that's connected with me that guides the actual session.
Fantastic. So the best way for people to get a hold of you, is that through your website?
Yes, go to my website, cherrydivine.com, or I do have a phone number, 541-924-1955. Nice. And we did hit an area of just a little bit of not grounded today, so for bearing with me. So
I know. I noticed that as we got a little, and it happens, and that's a great lesson for all of us, right? Because it happens to us in everyday life, right? And so
it does. And stop and just take a breath and just practice anchoring into earth, but also going with the flow. Is a lot of times when this happens, people start becoming very hesitant, they're self-criticizing, all of this, and all that happens there is nothing can move forward.
That's
so
right.
Instead, it's just like, oh, okay, this is an experience. Let me just be in this experience for a moment. Big breath. Oh, now the next step comes.
Yes, and those are great lessons for us all, right? And not only going with the flow, but our breath, allowing us to ground a bit and just release and roll with what's coming,
Yes, and no self-judgment. I mean, we're talking, many people are going to hear this, correct?
Yes.
And the thing about it is if I kept in hesitancy and said, oh my gosh, I just really messed that up, the only thing I'm doing there is stopping myself and in not allowing things to take place as they're meant to take place. And that self-judgment, that self-criticism really affects us for the rest of, the day, or can be, even further into the future. Instead of saying, guess what, everybody? I'm walking a human experience the same as you are.
Yes. And we're all, we're all doing the very best we can and growing, and it's okay to be silly and goofy and make mistakes, right?
Exactly. And you know what? It's just another experience.
Yeah.
It's just another experience.
Yes, I love it. Well, Cherry, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, and I look forward to chatting with you in the future.
Well, same here, and I'm glad you gave me a call today, and this is just an amazing experience here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.